Maybe you're talking about
Jai Sri
Toronto.
Ram, friends. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Welcome Vinay Ji. Thank you for joining Bharat Marg. Appreciate it, friends. आज we are going to discuss about something grave happening in Canada. Okay, this is what about the car theft, car thieves. What we are going to talk about. Canadian police couldn't do it, and victim does it. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss about. We have political analyst Vinay Ji with us, who is going to expose the rotten system. It's a pathetic thing, where was the police? No one showed up. Okay, and that's a very very interesting thing. Vinay Ji will talk about it. And Canada is becoming like a Pakistan of the West. Okay, is that that's a question mark, of course. Okay, let's talk to Vinay Ji. But before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can, friends. And also, please subscribe to our channel, Bharat Marg, if you didn't already. And also, press the notification bell to stay connected. And we teach you Sanskrit for free. Hope you are registered already with your children, because it's free certification course. You can send us a WhatsApp and get it. And of course, we take you for luxury pilgrimage trips. If your parents has to go to any pilgrimage place, you have to take them there. You can contact us with the wheelchair, special need, senior citizens, no problem. Okay, you can contact us. And also, we do a lot of things, good things like Annadan, Godan, Goseva, Havan, Puja, etc. And अगर आप चाहते हैं तो you can donate us by sending a WhatsApp to +16479644790. I want to say you that we need your contribution and support, and please do help us if you like what we are doing. And you can also subscribe to one धार्मिक मैसेज आजकल हमारा मैसेज तमिल हिंदी तेलुगु बहुत सारा लैंग्वेजेस में आते हैं, of course English. Okay, you can contact us with more information. Okay, for subscribing. Okay, Vinay ji, thank you for joining us. Now,
Thank you.
car thieves, Canadian police couldn't do it, and victims do it. You know, what is the story all about, Vinay ji?
Thank you, Ji. So it's ironical that the victims of car theft are themselves taking law into their own hands. With this is mainly because the police force in especially in the Toronto GTA area and many of the bigger metropolitans, right? They are extremely overwhelmed with other day-to-day stuff, and they don't have time for complaints like car theft or any of that stuff, or home burglary and things like that. And that's the reason it's kind of becoming rampant. I don't know if you heard a recent statement from one of the police officers. When a burglary happened, the thieves were trying to get into the house to look for the car keys. So basically, the advice of the spokesperson for the police department was, do not hide your keys. Leave your keys right at the front door, so that when the thief comes inside your house, he'll take the key and walk away without hurting you, without harming you. This is the best thing that the police could advise. And unfortunately, this is not the way the police department should be working. But you know what, I empathize with the police department, because they are overwhelmed.
But
They've got targets for
yeah,
multiple
Canadian
things.
police तो इतना खतरनाक है. विनय जी जरा ऊपर आइए. इतना
Mhm.
खतरनाक है. They are so dangerous. They even caught hold of Niger, Khalistani Niger terrorist thing. They caught hold of 3-4 people now. They are very very. They are like Scotland Yard. What are you talking about, Vinay ji?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what, the Niger killing. I don't want to go into that. I mean, we can talk about that another day. But we all know what's going on with the Niger killing, and you know. Uh, But I'm just going to focus on the car theft and the home burglaries that are happening here.
Mhm.
The irony is that yes, the police here are efficient. However, their wings have been kind of clipped because they are basically on to other cases that are priority. Number one, number two, they have daily targets. Mainly meeting their daily quota of catching speed driving and traffic offenses and things like that, right? So that's where their main focus is.
विनय जी जस्ट लेट मी मैं आपको ये पूछूंगा इमरजेंसी कौन सा है अगर दरवाजा ब्रेक इन करके आते हैं ये लोग बोलते हैं कि ब्रेक इन
No, please.
इमरजेंसी नहीं है
If a police officer has got a quota, daily quota, and his performance review is based on how many people he catches, how much fine he collects for the police department, would he be concerned about that, or would he be concerned about a crime that's happening
मैं तो
right beside him?
मैं तो इतना पुलिस ऑफिसर को कभी रोड में देखा ही नहीं लोग तो इतना तेजी से आवाज रख के बांग 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 बांगड़ा चला के चलाते हैं गाड़ी
No, I mean, people are there in certain areas. I mean, they can't be everywhere, obviously. So they are in certain areas, and that's their daily job to catch traffic offenders. And unfortunately, their crime stuff is kind of taking a back burner, I should say. It's on the back burner. And now the problem is,
मेरा ये पूछना है
yeah, go ahead.
मेरा ये पूछना है क्या क्रिमिनल का नाम हाइड करके आजकल पब्लिश करते हैं they are so politically they want to be correct is that the reason उनसे कुछ नहीं
No,
हो
they
पा
want this is an inclusive society. The Canada is an inclusive society, so they don't want to come up with names unless that person has been convicted. Because when they catch someone red-handed, even then they're not allowed to publish names because that person is innocent till proven guilty by the courts. And I know for a fact that many of these thieves and burglars and murderers and all these people who have actually been caught red-handed by the police have gotten away scot-free when they go to the court. Okay, that is the unfortunate part. But
see
we deal with that.
let's face this way okay um, certain kind of people freedom trucker rally freedom people couldn't get bail for 2.5 years
Right.
so bail is not for everybody
No, bail is it's basically based on how the court system works. Okay. If the court system thinks that a person has been victimized by the law, by the police, by the system, then they actually show a certain kind of a soft corner for that particular person. But if a person is actually has gone is working against the government, against the system, against the police, and in a very bad way, like what happened with Freedom Rally, then the court deals with those people in a different way. Okay. So if a person harms you as an individual, okay, let's say I harm you as an individual, right? I could actually I can claim, oh, you know what, I was under stress, I was, this and that, and I'm a first time offender, please let me go and all that. The court will give me that opportunity to
not
kind of say,
everybody.
okay, you know what,
not everybody
it'll say, okay, you are a first time offender, you did it under stress, you are not mentally stable when you did this, so we recognize all of that, so we will let you go. However, if I am working against the government, and if I'm working against the police, if I'm working against the system, all right, then guess what? The court looks at me in a different way. They say, oh, you are harming the government's stability, the you're working against the system, you're working against the cops, you're making all kinds of rude statements. You got a totally fall, I mean, like bad kind of you're influencing the society in the larger society in a bad way and things like that. So that is the reason you are guilty, so you will be given, you won't be given any lenience.
Absolutely. But coming to this subject, Toronto couple recovers stolen vehicle on their own after waiting for hours in police. You know,
Right.
and where were the police? That's what.
So
Yeah.
I'm just going into a quick statistics before we go into that particular case. So,
Hanji.
according to the Insurance Bureau of Canada, a, 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 a car gets stolen every 5 minutes.
Hmm.
One car gets stolen every 5 minutes. Okay, and you can check it out on the Insurance Bureau of Canada www.ibc.ca website, and you'll get a lot more information on that. Okay. Now, coming to this particular case where a couple had to recover the car themselves. So, I'll just give you a quick background on this. Mr. Jonathan Orlando, who lives in Toronto, his car, which is apparently an Acura, it is one of the high-end vehicles of Honda, and so they that car got stolen from his driveway. Okay, so he immediately called the police, and the police arrived 5 hours later to his house, and they kind of took a complaint and all that from him. And basically when they were leaving, they basically said, our only advice is you should try to find and track it yourself. And one of the suggestions that they gave him was to download Sirius Radio, maybe that which could actually locate it. Okay, so Jonathan apparently downloaded Sirius Radio, and then but he couldn't locate it. He tried whatever he could, but he didn't get too far with it. And then he actually realized that he could also download the Acura mobile app. So because he owns Acura, so he downloaded Acura mobile app, and that actually showed where the vehicle was,
Mhm.
the actual specific location of the vehicle. It was parked in a parking lot in Etobicoke. Okay.
मतलब पास में ही इधर से लेके उधर रख
and
दिए.
and the funny thing is he did all the groundwork. All right. So then Orlando called the police right away and told them, hey, we have great news for you. We have located the car, so can we go right now and get the car? The police said, yeah, just wait there, hang in there, and we'll be there. And Orlando immediately, I don't know where exactly he lives, but he called somebody, some friends of his who live in Etobicoke, close to that location where he found the car, the stolen car. And he said, hey guys, can you go there and watch this car? And I'm on my way and I'll come there. And so he drove to that location, and around 2 p.m. that afternoon, right? And he went with his wife, that is Jake Windsor, and then the couple basically met with their friends, and they saw that the vehicle was parked right there. And then they also saw that the vehicle was actually completely, the steering wheel had been locked and the keys had been deactivated, and and things like that, right? And so what happened was they were unable to kind of get into the car. Okay, so then what they did was they started flagging police cars that were going by, and the police did not stop. Okay, they just kept going.
This is weird.
So
पुलिस कार जा रहा था उधर, मतलब
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
very rare
they
to
were
see the
passing
police
by in
car.
that area, and they were trying to flag it, but those police cars were busy probably, and they did not even stop. And the couple
मतलब
waited.
हाथ लगा रहे थे, पुलिस स्टॉप नहीं किया.
Thank you.
My God.
Yeah. So this is what happened, and then they waited for 8 hours. Okay. So from 2 o'clock till 10 p.m., and this is when it was kind of getting dark and sketchy, and they were trying to think what to do now, right? And finally, they were so frustrated. The couple didn't want to leave the vehicle there because they were concerned that the car could next morning or sometime in the middle of the night the car could get moved out. But surprisingly, nobody else was in that vicinity, like none of the no thieves or anything or whatever. Maybe they were watching or whatever, I don't know, but nobody came and confronted them or whatever, right? Because these guys were all right near the car, standing there waiting and whatever, and for 8 hours, imagine. And finally, and there also the thieves had put the not only deactivated the keys, but they had also placed a club lock on the wheel. Okay, inside the car, they had put one club lock. You know what I mean? The to prevent. So
Steering
they
from.
had put that because they wanted some. They didn't want another thief to come and steal that car. So they were the thieves were protecting from other thieves. You
They
understand that?
know the tricks.
Yes. So then the couple called the CAA, the Canadian Automobile Association, right? And because the keys were deactivated and that steering wheel lock on it, the car couldn't be put into neutral. Okay. So CAA had to call in a flatbed truck to tow it. All right. So CAA came with a flatbed truck, came in probably an hour later or whatever, and then because the driver, they obviously did not feel that it was safe to leave it there, and so that's why they all waited there, the couple and the friends, and until the CAA came with a flatbed truck. And finally, the couple called the police again to say that CA was about to tow it away, because you don't want this would be the irony. You don't want the thieves to call the police and say, "Oh, somebody is stealing our car," and then these guys get caught and these guys get arrested, right? So that can happen too. So they called the police, and then they said that we offered to tow the. I mean, apparently, this is Jonathan saying that he offered to have the car towed to the local division, but then the police said no, we will not receive it. So we said we would have to tow it to the dealership, and then they called us back to say to bring it to the division. So when Jonathan said no, we are going to have it towed to the dealership, they said no. They okay, now you can bring it to the division. So it was
But,
absolutely confusing.
but Vinay ji, so the irony for the viewers, irony of the story is CAA is more helpful than the Canadian police.
This is what it is exactly.
Eh?
And then the thing was, the problem was, by the time the cops called back and said don't take it to the dealership, bring it to the division, the car was already going to the dealership and it was already getting parked there. Okay. And then when Jonathan told the cops about it, they didn't even follow up. They said, "Okay, all right, just leave it." And then the CAA drove it to the dealership and parked it at the dealership. And as per the dealership, the officers didn't even go look at the vehicle. And apparently, they went there the next day, and they just verified that it was there. Okay.
Wow.
And so basically, the long story short, the the couple recovered their car by themselves. The cops did not help.
But
Very little help.
CAA helped.
and CAA helped them tow the car to the dealership. So end of the day, and the later part of the story, I'm pretty sure that it all went well. They got the
But
car.
Vinayji, one second. Okay, I want to say to the viewers, folks, it's very risky. Don't try it if God forbid, if it happens with you, because there could be they were so lucky not to have the thief sitting there. Maybe they are sitting there with the guns and those kind of things. Don't risk your life for these things. It's
This is where I'm just coming to. That's a very good point that you raised. I want to just address this. Apparently, one of the journalists apparently reached out to the Toronto Police Service, TPS, and the spokesperson for the Toronto Police Service had a beautiful response for the questions that this journalist asked. And the response from the TPS was, Toronto Police Service, like all other services, has a tiered response system in place where we assess calls on a priority matrix based on threat, risk, and harm posed to the victim and public. So, throughout the day, police in 22nd Division were responding to 14 priority 1 and 31 priority 2 calls, including assaults, stabbing, multiple calls for people in crisis, and numerous break and enters in progress. So, TPS does not take vehicle thefts lightly, and we do send officers as quickly as we can, 8 hours later. And not even 8 hours later.
they
As we
didn't
can
make it
to
8 hours
recover,
later.
as we can to recover stolen vehicles. However, calls involving public safety always takes priority. Okay. So, but imagine these guys were bold enough to go to the vehicle and
And
find
lucky
and
enough,
track it down.
okay, not only bold enough, many times people just go like that. They
Yeah. I
were
mean,
lucky enough.
they had the nerve, they had the guts to go there. But what if those thieves were somewhere in around the car, somewhere guarding the car, probably in sitting in another car or hiding somewhere with guns or something like that. And what if there was a shootout and these people got killed or something?
Then the police will come immediately, because that's what they say.
But that's after the fact, though.
Yeah, but that has to happen to get prioritized.
Exactly. So this is the unfortunate part, and so the police also had a story why they didn't go, but it's becoming quite evident that the police don't have the resources or the bandwidth to take on the volume of thefts, and unfortunately, they're also not sufficiently trained, I assume, to handle such kind of cases. And this is why it's going to happen, like, unless they're able to legally pursue the people who are responsible for this. And also, what did they do with the car thief? I saw that the Ontario government yesterday made an announcement that we are going to suspend the driver's license of all these car thieves.
The guy who knows how to steal the car, can't they print a driver's license?
This
Vinayji,
makes me laugh. Like, literally, like, who the heck cares about a driver's license? So long as he knows how to drive, he's going to drive. He's going to
right.
continue stealing cars. So that's
And
unfortunate.
very strict punishment announced in Canada. The driver's license will be cancelled. I want to ask these nutcases, okay, guys, the guy जिसको कार चुराना आता है, वो क्या एक दूसरा ड्राइवर्स लाइसेंस प्रिंट नहीं कर सकता है क्या?
You think he will
And
keep his
also,
driver's license handy, and if he's stealing a car, he's going to show the driver's license or whatever. Like, what? Most of these guys have no IDs. They just
yeah,
want to be.
और
And even if they do,
जब तक आप सीधा अच्छा ड्राइव करते हैं रोड में, so nobody is going to be suspicious of you.
and also, even if they do have a driver's license, it'll probably be a stolen driver's license. It'll
Right.
probably be mine or your driver's license.
That's
that will
exactly
probably,
it is.
they have people who are professionals who will give you fake driver's license, fake passports, and all that kind of stuff. This is all the the underground, in the if you go to the dark web, you will find all of these people.
Absolutely. See, जब मैंने इंटरव्यू कर रहा था, आई विल अटैच दोस वीडियोस हियर. मैंने पुलिस को पूछा कि ये घर में एक पुलिस डॉक्टर का घर में रोलेक्स वॉच सब कुछ पूरा नंगा किया गया, मतलब घर को, ये मैटर ऑफ 20 मिनट्स बिफोर दे कम. ओके, मैंने पूछा क्यों नहीं आए, 5 घंटे 6 घंटे हो गए. वो बोल रहे थे कि द ब्रेक इन्स आर नॉट इमरजेंसी. That means the thief has come and gone. So it's
Exactly.
not an emergency.
No, no, you
If it
just
is a
heard. You
robbery,
just
we will
heard.
come right away. I mean,
Yeah,
somebody is in front of you and trying to steal your money or getting to hurt you, then you call, we will come right away. Yeah.
exactly.
And also one more thing, Hamilton police made एक ब्रेक इन के बारे में एक रिसर्च कर रहे थे, उनका एक पेपर रिलीज हुआ, इसके बारे में भी मेरा चर्चा था पील पुलिस के साथ. ओके, एंड एज पर दैट देर आर स्पेशलिस्ट हु कम्स हियर इन विजिटर वीसा and do these things and go.
Yeah,
Okay, and they say this is a visa problem, this is a immigration problem, this is not our problem.
exactly. Exactly.
But
So the kind of people who are coming into Canada now, I mean, on different kinds of visas, refugee status, student visas, and so many other things. These are
Vinayji,
people.
Vinayji, don't talk about it. This could be marked as a hate speech.
Unfortunately, this is the fact. You got to live with it, right? So
Yeah, because they have told clearly. Okay, anything that is considered as a hate speech, you could be in trouble.
yeah.
So
So it's
you
it's
can,
not. I'm not hating him. I love refugees. I love students. I love
no, means
everybody.
yeah.
But these are the people who are causing these issues. That's what I'm trying to say. These are the perpetrators, and they
Anyway,
are also, they're not just perpetrators, but they're also causing all these demonstrations. Desecration of Hindu temples. When they
oh,
attack the Indian embassy.
don't
You
come
know,
here. Don't come here. Hindu temple desecration होने से क्या होता है? It's nothing.
no, no. I'm just
Any
telling you.
any
These
church,
are all the people.
mosque, any other thing, synagogue, anything got
No, no,
vandalized?
I'm just
No.
saying, because these are the people who are responsible for these kind of things, the refugees and the people, because these guys, they don't care, because they know that the law cannot hold them down, because they belong to a different country, and if they get deported, so what? Fantastic.
Nobody deports them. Nobody deports them.
Exactly. But they don't. I mean, like right now, you know what is going on in PEI and all that, right?
Yeah, we will do a
Deportation. They've
separate
already
video on
been,
it. Absolutely.
yeah, they've already been asked to be, they've been asked to deport, sent back home, but they're protesting.
Wow.
So
It's amazing. Friends, let me ask you one last question, Vinay. Is having an expensive car is a problem? Are you escaping the problem with the old
no, no.
beaten up
See, the
car?
thing is, my advice to people who have expensive cars, all right. If you have an expensive car, if your car is worth more than $40,000, okay, simple. I'll give you a simple math. Okay, I won't go by brand name, or I won't go by any of that. If your car is worth more than $40,000, all right, you should have a garage where you park the car securely every night. Okay, and even during the day, robberies happen, thefts happen. So whenever you're home, please do not park your car on the driveway unless you're going in and out. Okay, if you're parking it for an extended amount of time, more than a couple of hours or whatever, please park it in your garage. If you cannot afford a house with a garage, do not buy a car that is worth more than
Or
$40,000.
if you buy a expensive car and don't have a house, please sleep in the car so that you can go with the car.
Exactly. Exactly. That is the best thing.
Maybe you
If
will
you want
land
to buy a
somewhere.
car that is expensive, make sure that you have a house with a garage.
Absolutely. And even if you have a house, Vinayji, there is a break-in. Okay, as per Brampton, I
And
was
that's
I was
the reason
talking to
you
the
need you
Peel
need
police.
correct. You
Vinayji,
need to
I was
have.
talking to Peel police. Okay, I was asking them, man, in your website, you are saying every 15, 20 minutes A home break-in happens in Brampton.
Yeah.
Means every 15-20 minutes, a break-in happens. Okay, you know what is the answer I got? You will be astonished.
Yeah.
You'll fall flat. Okay, Peel Police told me that, oh, but it is better than Hamilton,
Better than?
but it is better than Vancouver.
Oh,
Brampton is much better. They never answered why 15-20 minutes. So what good if you are keeping it in the garage? They will break into the home and come and take it. Then you put the, like the
exactly.
policeman said, hang the key right there so that they can take it and go.
Yeah. No, no. I mean, like, end of the day, right? If you have a house, then make sure you secure it with alarm system and all that stuff. It's
We
like
will
high
do that
security
one
alarm
more
system.
time. Alarm system, yes. What do you do? This is Canada, folks. This is
Exactly.
Canada. Do you agree with me, Vinay ji? It's you know, yeah, it's going backward. I am saying you, there is a need for a leadership, tremendous leadership today in Canada. Because a weak leadership or even a fair leadership can only slow the slide, cannot reverse the slide.
Exactly.
I hope Canada will be lucky enough to get some strong leadership who will put the vote bank on the back and take some serious action. I believe so. Otherwise, we are in for a big trouble. What do you say, guys? Vinayji, do you agree with me on it? This is my last word. Okay. But hopefully, friends, do comment on this. Do you agree with what Vinayji says? It's a big concern. What do you feel? Comment and let us know. Okay. Thank you, Vinayji, for coming in and sharing
Thank
your
you.
heart. I appreciate it as always. Okay. Hare
Next.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Sri Ram, Jai Jai Sri Ram.